Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another one of our business growth insights. Good morning, Palm May. How are you, my darling? Lovely to have you joining us this morning. Now, I know that we're going to have a few people joining us this morning, and if you are joining us, when you do, please say hi in the comments. And if you are watching this replay, when I know a lot of you do watch the replay, please pop hashtag replay in the comments, so I can come back and say g'day. Because as you guys know, I love to feel like we are all in the room together. Hello, beautiful Chris. How are you? Lovely. Great to have you watching. Guys, as I said, this is our regular Business Growth Insights. We come live on a Tuesday and a Thursday morning. So this is our Tuesday one. Hope you've had a great week so far. We have a wonderful topic for you this morning, and something that I think really doesn't get addressed enough in business. And this is part two. I've done a training on this before, and I wanted to do part two of it to give you a little bit more of an insight. So we're going to talk about how to grow your business without breaking the bank, right? Because tell me this, and I want you to tell me in the chat, put your hands up, whatever you want to do, right? Is your business budget, rather than a number, it's a bit of a vibe, right? So what I mean by that is you don't really have a business budget. You really haven't put a lot of money aside. Either you haven't or you can't put a lot of money aside at this stage of your business to be able to grow it. All right, so we're going to talk through that, and I'm going to be really open with you about some examples that and give you some examples of things that I have been through as a growing business. Because guys, I've been through it all, right? I've been through the struggles. I've been through the highs and the lows, as we all go through. And you guys know now that I love to share these experiences. I like to be open and honest with you. So today, what I'm going to do is we're going to share some practical tips. We're going to talk about some free tools that you can use in your business. And also we're going to talk about some mindset stuff. Because you know, and if you don't know, one of the things that I'm really, really big on is business is the mindset aspect of it. Because if you don't put time and energy into your mindset as a business owner, as a leader, then you are going to struggle with the rest of it. So we're absolutely going to talk through some of that. Okay, so let's get going. Again, if you're jumping on live, say good day in the comments. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. All right, so here's the truth, guys, about business growth. And just let me check that this is all working. I'm going to check my techie stuff. All right, so we're working. That's great. Okay, so this is a myth. It is a big myth that we have to spend thousands of dollars on ads. When you are starting out, guys, you don't have to spend anything. Yes, Facebook ads or any social media ads, they're there to help you grow your business. But we all need to get to a level in business where we can obviously afford those ads and also understand properly how they work. In reality, guys, it takes a lot of training how to learn how to set up these ads properly. Now, I know that a lot of the people that I work with aren't necessarily techie minded, right? And it does take a lot of technical knowledge to do this. Now, you know, guys, I have never, not once, used a Facebook ad in my business. I have used the boost option a couple of times when I was starting out, and in reality, it was a waste of money. So please don't think that you need to do that. I would suggest at this stage, staying away from it, right? But what we teach in the Heart and Soul Business Academy is how you can utilize free aspects of social media to grow your business. Yes, you are going to have to spend some kind of money. You're going to have to invest some kind of money into your business. But please, 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 please do not, until you are earning a fair amount of money, please do not put it towards Facebook ads just yet, or any social media ads. Okay, so that's a myth. You don't have to spend thousands. You really don't. Another myth is that you have to have a fancy brand and a virtual assistant straight away. Now, there's two things in that. First of all, No brand, I don't believe, has to be fancy. It just has to speak to you as a business owner. And also it has to speak to your ideal, to your target audience. Okay, so that's where your brand needs to stand out above the noise. And we teach you how to do that in the Heart and Soul Business Academy. I have part of what I do. This is the second part of this. Part of what I do is I help match business owners with virtual assistants. And I have a lot of people coming to me right at the start of their business going, I need a VA to be able to do everything that I need to do. And the reality of that is that I don't always think that that's a smart option. Because as a business owner, we need to get to know our own business and our own business brand first before we even think about getting a virtual assistant, right? I actually made the mistake in my personal business coaching business of getting a virtual assistant too early, right? I didn't know my brand well enough. And so when I brought my VA on, it was very hard for me to describe to her what my business was. And it was difficult for her to get a feeling of me and my business. I didn't know it myself. So it was very hard for her to do her job. The other side of that is when beautiful Parme, who is my VA now, we've been together for 3.5 years, Parme, almost 3.5 years. By this stage, I knew who I was, I knew what I wanted to do in business, and I knew my brand. Yes, it was still developing, but it was generally, I was very clear in my vision, my purpose, my mission, and my brand, who I was in business, who I still am in business, right? It hasn't changed much. So if you're starting out in business, or, if you don't have much of a budget at this stage, please don't feel like you need to spend thousands on creating your own brand. Yes, it will get to the stage where you're going to have to, I would strongly suggest that you hire a professional to help you set up your brand. And again, we teach you how to do that in the Business Academy. If you're wanting to look for a professional, I can guide you to a professional. I know plenty of people who can do that. And also getting a VA when you start, I wouldn't suggest that. I really wouldn't. That is something that you do once you have a lot of momentum in your business, right? And you understand it. All right. So the next myth is spending more money, right, to have more growth. Now, this is kind of a bit of, it's a bit weird, this one, right? As I said before, yes, you need to spend some money to grow your business. But again, it doesn't need to be thousands and thousands of dollars. It means spending smarter, right? Not more, just use whatever you've got, right? You don't have to spend thousands and thousands. What's Parme saying? You need to know your business and your brand before having a VA. Yes, my VA should know. Your business is you. Yeah, build it as your brand, as you and your brand. That's exactly right. So when it comes to spending, when we're starting out, we need to be very careful where we're spending our money. I'm a bit of a stickler, right? I'm a big stickler when I decide where and when I want to spend my money. So I really sit down and I think about it. Now, yes, I strongly believe that everybody needs some kind of mentor to help them in business, and everybody needs, a coach like me, like a coach and a mentor like me. Why? To help you, right? Find someone who's been there, who's done it, who's lived through it, who's survived it, and who's learned from mistakes, right? But spend where you're able, okay? And just spend smarter. Simple as reason. Now, cash, right? The power of consistency and connection is much more important than spending money, right? And this is evident in the first point, right? We don't need to spend thousands on ads. When you make powerful connections in business, you will find yourself connecting with the right people. If your brand is speaking to the right people, If you are networking with the right people, if you are connecting with the right people, if you're being consistent in doing that, you will find the clients. Okay, the cash will come. And when the cash comes, that's when you can look at spending money to help you grow. Okay, let me know, whoever's watching this, let me know if you're getting this. Okay, put a 5 in the comments if you're getting what I'm saying. Okay, all right, so let's have a look, and this is practical stuff. Hey Sharon, I can see you jumping on. Hey lovely. Let's look at some free and some very low cost strategies that you can use in your business. Okay, so I've been talking about this, and this is what I love to teach. I love to teach organic social media. Okay, organic ways. There is a right way to do this. There is a wrong way to do this. And I see so many people doing it the wrong way, and it frustrates me, but I used to do it the wrong way, right? When I came back into the entrepreneurial world, this thing called social media had all of a sudden been developed, and I've gone, oh, I'm just going to copy what I see everyone else doing. But ironically, what I copied was not the right way to do it. Right? So I love to teach organic social media the right way. Part of doing that, and there's a lot to it, right? Part of doing that is just pick one platform when you're beginning and show up frequently, consistently on that platform. You do not need all the platforms of social media. That was a mistake that I made. And one platform in particular that I used when I started my business was Twitter, which of course is now X. But I number one, I didn't like it. I never really connected with that social media, and it really wasn't where my clients were hanging out. So I let go of it. Right? It was essentially a waste of my time to hang out there. The platform I concentrated on when I started my business and really got serious was, yes, Facebook. Since then, we have added platforms where we're now live. We've added YouTube, we've added Instagram, we've added LinkedIn. Okay. Another one we're looking at, and we will get there eventually, is Pinterest, because that's a good way for us to bring in clients to our business. And I'm proud to say at the moment, where we are getting the majority of our new clients from is actually LinkedIn. Okay. Yes, we're still getting them from Facebook, which is great, but we're now getting them from LinkedIn. So we're concentrating on improving our strategies on LinkedIn. But you don't have to have them all, guys, right? Think about where your client is hanging out. And the reason that I suggest Facebook to the majority of people is because it is the king of social media. It is where most people are hanging out. And Facebook do, apart from the paid ads, give you everything that you need for free to start out. It's a brilliant media to use. Okay, again, remembering you don't have to use those expensive ads. So once you have used one platform, you're showing up regularly in it, then, like I said, you can add more as you feel comfortable to do so. Hello, Marie. How are you, darling? Say it in the comments. I'd love to see you there. So once you've, kind of gotten used to, you've developed a strategy on that one social media, that's when you can start adding more. Like I said, I've added more as we've gone. I didn't add them all at once. I've added them as we go. Once you do that, then you can take the content that you're using on your main platform, for instance, Facebook, and you can repurpose it across all the platforms, right? Turn a post into a story, turn a story into a reel, right? You can turn a blog post into multiple social media posts. There's ways of repurposing things all over the place. And we teach you how to do this in the Heart and Soul Business Academy. And this is something that I absolutely love to do. I really love to do this, is repurposing material, because it's smart and it doesn't take a lot of time, especially now with the AI tools that we have available to us. Okay, so let's move on to email marketing. This is, you can do this for free, or very inexpensive, right? So tools like MailerLite and MailChimp, you can start using these tools for absolutely nothing. Okay, they're brilliant. Most people will start on MailChimp. I prefer MailerLite simply because it's more user-friendly. And I've used MailChimp. There was nothing wrong with it. I just like MailerLite, right? But these tools, you can start off for free. And even when you get to the point where you are ready to kind of up level and use the paid version, they're really inexpensive, guys. Really inexpensive. Like MailerLite is, I think the first tier is $9 a month US, which is $15 Australian roughly. Mate, MailerLite is so brilliant. Yes, it is, because we use it all the time. How do you think that, mate? So email marketing is an important strategy in business, and a lot of people will ignore this. But think about, you don't own the people, like you don't own the list and the details from social media. But when you have an email list, you actually own that list. So that's the difference. Not only that is social media can go down. You know, it's got faults. It's not perfect. So if you've always got a backup, when you have an email list, you've always got a backup. I've used that backup a lot, trust me, especially when different social medias have gone down or they haven't worked or for whatever reason. So a lot of people also will think that when you have an email list, you need to do something fancy. You need to have the fancy email sequences and all of that type of stuff set up. Again, yes, eventually you will. And we have grown into this where we have these things automated and set up now, and it's brilliant and it's easy to do. But we didn't start that way. We literally started with a welcome email to people when they join our list, and a regular, we do a monthly newsletter. We still do the monthly newsletter. We still do the welcome email, but now we've kind of grown how we communicate with our email list. But you don't have to be fancy, right? You set up with the free version, a simple welcome email, and a regular newsletter. And it's so easy to do, guys. And it can be free or very, very low cost. Okay. Word of mouth referrals. This is so important. Hey, Sandy. And so handy. Guys, this year, 2025, the majority of our business has come from word of mouth referrals. Yes, it takes time to build a reputation where your clients will refer you, but to start off with, right, everyone starts off with no clients. If you start off with no clients, utilize your friends and your family, even your friends on social media, right? So use them, ask them to refer you. If you know someone, for instance, if you're a business coach like me, if you know someone who's in business and might need some support, would you mind, putting them in touch with me? Or, if they're asking who you might know, put them in touch with me and I'll take it from there, right? Same with if someone's looking for a particular, a particular product. If you know someone in business who sells that particular product, put them in contact with that person. You are supporting a small business, guys. It's easy. So the other thing that you can do is, yes, when you start to get clients, is ask them for testimonials. Ask them. Some are going to say, most of them are going to say yes if they're happy with your services, right, or your products. They might not necessarily give you a testimonial, but they'll be happy to share your information, like I said, with other people. And this is essentially what has happened for us this year. We've asked for testimonials more than we ever have. We're putting them together. But more often than not, like I said, they've been word of mouth referrals saying, someone saying, I'm really happy with Ali's services, and referring them to other people. And they will then come to me, and it's like a snowball effect. It's really, it's a really good feeling when that happens, let's be honest. The other thing that you can do is, if you're able to do this, offer a refer a friend freebie or a discount, right? What we do in the Heart and Soul Business Academy is for all our members whoever refers someone to the academy or to me as a client, when that referral person becomes a paying client, they will receive a little affiliate bonus. And I love that I can do that at this stage. It makes me happy that I can help my current clients. Yes, they're helping bring me in new clients, but I can also help the current clients as well. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. If you can't offer a discount, offer them a freebie. Put something together. Put together a special ebook for them or something like that you can then give them for free. Everybody loves free stuff, right? This is essentially what we're talking about, free and low-cost marketing. Facebook groups and communities, not just in Facebook, other socials as well. So show up where your audience hangs out, right? Don't just pick random groups, and don't just pick business groups. Pick other groups and communities as well. This doesn't have to be just on Facebook, just on socials either. This can be in-person networking, right? Now, here's the important thing that I want a lot of you to remember. Give value. Don't just sell. Don't just go onto socials, and this is a big mistake that I see people doing all the time. Don't just go, here I am, I'm fantastic, buy my stuff. Give them value first. Give them an idea of what you are all about. This is part of your brand. So give them value first, and then they will be more interested in becoming a client of yours. And this is what I love to do. I love to give value. I love doing these trainings. I love it. This is part of my weekly schedule. I love it. Okay. Yes, I'm moving on fast because I'm wary of the time. So here's some free and affordable tools that save time and money. And now some of you were probably already using these. If you're not, go ahead and sign up because they're brilliant. Canva. Right. Canva is, I would say, the number one tool in business to use apart from ChatGPT right now. There is a free plan of Canva. And again, when the free plan is perfect for a beginner. When you get to the point where you're wanting to set up your brand and fonts and everything within and design brand stuff within Canva, the paid plan is only about $25 a month Australian. So it's really inexpensive. I don't even think it's that much. I can't remember off the top of my head because it's not that much, right? If you're serious about your business, you will be able to, at that stage, you'll be able to find that $25, not a problem. Scheduling. Now, Meta Business Suite, that's a free tool, right? You can go onto your business page. You can use the Meta Suite to schedule both on Facebook and Instagram together at the same time. It's brilliant, right? We use this. We don't have a fancy scheduling tool. Well, that's not true. We do have a scheduling tool where we can schedule on our timeline and in groups that we're not admins of. But for the majority of our social media, we use the Meta Business Suite, right? On LinkedIn, we use their scheduler. It's so easy. And it's free. I love that. Video content. Video content is really, really important in business right now. So we use things like CapCut. I do know that Parme now uses the paid version of CapCut. We were using the free version for a long time. Opus Clip. This is really good for creating clips, short clips of videos to be able to advertise. There's a free version. Yes, there's a paid version. Still very inexpensive. Zoom. If you're doing free recordings, just jump onto a Zoom call by yourself and do a recording. That's how I do it. I've done that from the start of my business. I still do it now. You, of course, again, with Zoom, there is a free version. Yes, there is a paid version as well. Okay. And again, it's very inexpensive, about $25 a month Australian. See what I mean? Like, these aren't really huge amounts of money. For planning, you can use something like Trello, which I think is a really cool visual aspect, or you can use Google Docs, right? There are other tools that you can use as well that we teach you about in the academy. They're free. We teach you free tools, right? We teach you actually how to use them. They're a little bit more technical, but we teach you how to use them. So there's planning tools that you can use as well. So that's a good long list, right, of tools that you can use within your business to help it grow. Yes, they definitely save you time. All of them will save you time. All of them will save you money. Okay, so here's the mindset part of stuff, guys, right? Resourcefulness over resources a lot of the time. And so this is the shift that if you're worried and you're constantly thinking that I don't have enough clients, I don't have enough money in the bank, I don't have enough knowledge, right? Change that. What do you have that you can now go and utilize within your business? What do you have? Okay, don't think about what you don't have. Think about what you do have and what you can use right now. When I started this business, I had no idea of all the technology. I had no idea how to use Canva, any of those tools I just showed you, but I had the ability to learn. That was all I had. So I used that ability and I went and learned. And then I implemented what I could when I could. Another thing that I see a lot of in business is people comparing themselves to other people who are a lot further on in business. And I was very much a person who did this. When I started in business, I'm like, oh my goodness, that person who I've been friends with for years, they are so far ahead of me. Look at them go. I will never catch up to them. Okay? They're so far ahead of me. But I had to change it. I had to really reframe that. And the mind shift that I made was, if he or she can do it, then I can do it. It's possible. Look at them go. And instead I became proud of them. They were a colleague of mine. They were a friend of mine. Look at them go. And do you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. So that was exciting. Ask, how can I do this with what I've already got? Okay. And trust your creativity. There's been moments in business, guys, when my bank balance has been bleak, right? Especially at the start, right? And when that happens, when we've been in business for a little while, what we find is that, we have to trust in our own ability and our own creativity, right? There's been moments in business when I've gone, okay, so I need to inject my bank balance. So you know what? I'm going to create something new within my business. I've created courses. I've created products. I've opened my Heart and Soul Virtual Expo. And every time I introduce something new into my business, it gives me a cash injection, right, if you like. But it also makes me feel good about myself that I can create something from scratch and people are going to want to be a part of it. Right? So that's the mindset shift that I want you to start thinking about is, okay, so this is what I've got. How can I utilize that to be a success right now? How can I utilize that to grow my business? What creative aspects can I use? It's exciting. Okay, so just remember this, guys. Honestly, you don't need a huge budget, right? You just need a bit of belief in yourself and a little action every day. That little bit of action every day goes a long way, guys, and consistency as well. Okay. Now, in saying that, like I said, we all need to invest in ourselves. And I've said this before, right? I'm not embarrassed to say time, money, and energy is something that we all do need to invest in our business. And if you're sitting back here going, Ellie, yeah, that's great. I love what you've shared today, but I'm already using all these things, or I'm already aware of what you've told me, or that's great, but I want to go further. Come and have a chat to me, guys. I offer a free 30-minute business booster call. And yes, this call is to tell you all about the Heart and Soul Business Academy, but more importantly than that, it is for me to find out about you and your business, what your goals and aspirations are, and to just have a generic chat with you. I don't go by a script. I don't push you into anything, right? We just have a conversation. It is a free 30-minute conversation, and you will go away with more clarity about what you want in your business, right? How you can move forward. And if you'd like to have a chat with me, pop the word Academy in the comments. I'll be in contact with you. We'll make a mutual time and we'll have a chat, right? You never know what you might walk away with. And just a reminder too, guys, I'm proud to say that everyone who joins our Heart and Soul Business Academy, we donate 5% of all proceeds to Rise Up Australia, which is a wonderful charity that supports people, people experiencing family and domestic violence. So again, guys, if you would like to have a chat with me about how we can help you in your business and just, get some clarity on how you can move forward, pop Academy in the comments. We'll be in contact. We'd love to have the opportunity to speak with you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you again on Thursday morning for another Business Growth Insights. And I'm going to talk about something which I love to talk about. I'm going to talk about some really hilarious mistakes that I have made in business to hopefully share with you things that you can avoid, right? These are just funny. These are funny things that I have done. Trust me, you're going to get a laugh out of it. If you want to laugh, if you want to learn what not to do, come and watch. Thursday morning, same time, 9:30 Adelaide time, guys. See you then. And I will also talk to you in your business boost call. Have a fantastic Tuesday, everyone. Bye.